Excessive thinking, it's a habit that many of us wrestle with, a seemingly endless cycle of thoughts that swirl in our minds, pulling us away from the present moment and into an intricate maze of what ifs and should haves. It's a habit so ingrained in modern life that it can feel like second nature, a shadow constantly trailing us. But here's the truth. Excessive thinking is not who we are. It's a pattern, a reflex, and like any habit, it can be unlearned. The journey to breaking free begins with a simple yet profound realization that we have the power to step out of the whirlwind of thoughts and into the stillness of being. At its core, excessive thinking stems from our natural desire to control, to predict, to solve, and to understand. Our minds are brilliant tools, designed for problem solving and creativity, but somewhere along the way, we've handed over the reins entirely. Instead of using our minds when needed, we've allowed them to use us. Think about it. How many times have you been caught replaying an awkward conversation, worrying about something that hasn't happened, or endlessly analyzing every possible outcome of a decision? These mental loops don't add value to our lives. They drain our energy and rob us of peace. But to break this cycle, we must first understand why it happens. Excessive thinking thrives on fear and uncertainty. Our minds are wired to protect us, and in doing so, they often overcompensate by preparing us for every conceivable threat, real or imagined. This instinct served our ancestors well in a world full of physical dangers. But today, most of our challenges are psychological rather than physical. We're not running from predators. We're navigating social dynamics, career choices, and personal growth. Yet our minds still operate in overdrive, trying to keep us safe by anticipating every possible outcome. This over-preparation might feel like control, but in reality, it's the opposite. It keeps us trapped. The first step to breaking this habit is awareness. Notice when your thoughts begin to spiral. It might start with a single worry or question, but soon it snowballs into a storm of mental chatter. In these moments, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Is it serving a purpose? Or is it simply noise? This act of questioning is powerful. It creates a gap, however small, between you and your thoughts. And in that gap, you'll find the first taste of freedom. To truly break free, we must shift our relationship with thinking itself. We must stop identifying with our thoughts as if they define us. A thought is just a thought, a fleeting mental event, not a reflection of who you are. Imagine watching clouds pass in the sky. Do you become the cloud? Of course not. You observe it, letting it float by. Your thoughts are the same. You are not the thinker. You are the observer of the thinking. This realization is transformative. It allows you to step back, to see your thoughts for what they are, temporary, impermanent, and often irrelevant. But awareness alone isn't enough. We need practical tools to anchor ourselves in the present, to retrain our minds away from overthinking. One of the most effective tools is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention fully to the present moment, without judgment. It's not about silencing your mind, but redirecting it to what's happening here and now. You can start small. The next time you eat a meal, truly savor it. Notice the colors, textures, and flavors. Feel the weight of the fork in your hand. When you're walking, pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, the sounds around you. These simple practices ground you in the present and weaken the pull of excessive thinking. Another powerful tool is journaling. Writing down your thoughts can be incredibly liberating. It creates a container for your worries, allowing you to see them clearly rather than letting them swirl chaotically in your mind. Set aside a few minutes each day to write without judgment or structure. Let your thoughts flow onto the page. Often you'll find that what felt overwhelming in your mind seems far more manageable on paper. Journaling also helps you recognize patterns in your thinking, shining a light on recurring themes and triggers. Gratitude is another antidote to overthinking. When we focus on what we're thankful for, our minds naturally shift away from what's missing or uncertain. Each morning or evening, take a moment to list 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand: a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, the beauty of a sunset. Gratitude pulls you out of your head and into your heart, grounding you in the abundance of the present moment. Physical movement is equally essential. Our bodies and minds are deeply connected, and movement can help release the tension that excessive thinking creates. Whether it's yoga, dancing, running, or simply stretching, moving your body shifts your energy and brings you back to the present. Notice how your thoughts quiet when you're fully immersed in physical activity. It's not a coincidence. It's a reminder that you're more than your mind. And then there's the art of letting go. This is perhaps the most challenging yet liberating step of all. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or ignoring your responsibilities. It means releasing the need to control every detail, to predict every outcome. It's about trusting the flow of life, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. Practice letting go in small ways. The next time you catch yourself overthinking a decision, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I don't need all the answers right now. This trust in the unknown is a muscle that grows stronger with practice. Breaking the habit of excessive thinking is not an overnight process. It's a journey, one that requires patience and compassion. You will have days when your thoughts feel overwhelming, when the old patterns resurface. But each time you bring your awareness back, each time you choose presence over mental chatter, you're building a new habit, a habit of peace, clarity, and inner freedom. Remember, your mind is a tool, not a master. Use it wisely and don't let it dictate your life. The beauty of life unfolds not in the endless analysis of what was or what might be, but in the richness of what is. So take a breath. Come back to this moment. This is where your power lies, not in the past or the future, but here and now. You have everything you need to break free, to step out of the maze of excessive thinking and into the boundless peace of the present. Trust yourself and take the first step today.